What's up, everybody? Welcome to Dynasty Pylon. I'm Brian the Grizzly here with Alec. How you feeling, man?
I'm feeling fantastic, my boy.
Okay.
What's on today's show?
Guys, we are going to break down the top 5 edge rushers in this 2026 draft. There's been a lot of talk about who these people are. How good are they? Are they going to be pro ready? Last year we did it and we knocked it out of the damn park. So I wanted to do it this week and see how we actually turn out after a year, so we can start looking back and see if we actually graded these guys the correct way and what are we interested in specifically. So I'm excited to be able to do this. I know I got some people from spoilerkings that come in and they actually have done this and are grading draft and have been in draft rooms before. So I want to show what we kind of know. We know how football players supposed to look, how they're supposed to work. I'm not a huge combine guy, but I am a huge video guy. I think game tape tells you who the guy is, not just combine. I don't like the short Olympics. I did it. It doesn't make any sense. So I'm just saying that's what I want to focus on. So I want to focus on the top 5 pass rushers. Who do you think we should focus on first? Well, I want to know what you think, but I'm telling you what we're going to do anyway.
Well, when we're talking about edges, there are a few that are actually coming into this that I'm pretty excited for. I think this is actually not a bad year for edges.
I agree.
There are some that I really like, and of course, there's maybe I'm a bit biased, of a certain Miami team, of a little Ruben Bain Jr. I think he's got an unstoppable motor. That guy is pretty nice. I like him.
I think Ruben Bain Jr. probably is my favorite of all of the guys. Do I think he's the most pro ready? I don't know. I mean, as we go to the tape and we, really check everything out, we'll kind of make the decision, because my problem with Ruben Bain Jr. is that his 40 time sucks. So that kind of makes me worry, because you need supreme athleticism, but y'all don't need to hear me talk about this. Let's just look at the tape and decide for ourselves.
Yes.
All right. So I got him up here. I'm going to play this while we're kind of watching and talking about him. I also will read a little bit about him so we know. This man makes hella plays all the time.
Yeah, my boy.
Look, he's just a football player.
Yes.
We look at Ruben Bain Jr. He's about 6'2", 263. Doesn't have big hands, doesn't have long arms. His 4 is a 4.72, which is okay for a regular defensive end, not necessarily for a edge rusher, but he's okay for a regular defensive end. He was a high recruit. Coming out ESPN, he was a 4-star recruit. Rivals had him 4-star. Rivals.com had him 4-star coming out of high school. He has all type of talent. So Ruben Bain Jr. comes out South Florida. Family comes from deep ties in Miami. His grandfather Herman started Northwestern High School in the 60s. His father played offensive line in Carroll City. Cousin Tolbert was part of Miami's 1987 title team. Tolbert used to bring Ruben to campus when he in youth camps when Cristobal offered. So there was nothing to decide where he wanted to go. When he had an offer, he went to Miami. So honestly, we talk about strengths. His list is deep. Okay. I don't know, as we look at this, his first step, watch this play. Look at that, how he gets off the ball so quick. His first step is dynamic. It really is. He also has really good hands. He has a good push. He has a good punch. So he's actually able to attack the offensive line in multiple ways. He just has all the things you're looking for when you're looking for a good defensive end. I guarantee you in the 90s and early aughts, he will be the guy, and no doubt. The athleticism is not as dynamic as everything else, but he's consistent. And I think it's something that Alec talks about a lot. A pass rusher who has a motor that's consistent time after time after time. Good at crashing gaps. He holds his line. He doesn't allow you to get outside. Look at that outside level. He doesn't allow you to get outside. He has all the things there. Cleanups. He cleans up all the sacks. He just tries hard. So he's a winning type of player. What do you think about it?
No, I definitely agree. and it's not just because obviously Miami go for the you know. Truthfully, what I like about edges, if they're not the most athletic, is what is their technique? He has a great step. He has a great technique. You know, especially when he's just. I mean, look, he's literally just
look at that damn move. Good job.
Just gets him like that. And the most important thing about an edge that actually has a motor that doesn't quit is the thing about late in the game when you need a play, you'd rather trust the guy who just doesn't quit when that line is tired.
Look at it. They're on the field goal line. They know they can't give any yards up. What does he do? He makes a way to the quarterback.
Exactly.
He didn't destroy the guy at all.
Honestly, when I first watched some of his
look at it. Keep the line. Keep the line straight down the home. Oh, that's phenomenal.
Indeed. I mean, his strength kind of reminds me of what a D tackle is. You know, he just fights through the line. He literally beat that guy and took down the running back at the same time. Like
he had outside edge. He had to maintain, and he did it. He's doing this while pass rushing.
You know, he would be great in a 3-4 defense because you can see that they can play him on the inside. They play him a little bit on the outside. He doesn't have to be the guy all the way on the very edge. I don't know if he's
fast enough. I mean, he's a natural 4-3 defensive end. His size worries me. His quickness.
Size could worry, but again, with a guy like this, he could do a lot for you. So if he plays in 4-3, even better. I know that he can do a 3-4. At least I know a little bit from some of the tape. Not obviously in Miami, because with Miami, I believe they run a 4-3-D.
A 4-3,
yeah, all the way. But I think that when we're watching this tape, he just beats guys with strength or with a swim move.
He also has a lot of good dip, good motor, runs them down. Good technique matters. It really does. But let's talk about some of his weaknesses as we continue to watch all these great things. I said his arm length is under 31 inches. Just kind of for an idea about what that means. My arm length is 37. His is under 31 inches. That's problematic because you can't get to these tackles. These tackles with long arms and great kick and all stuff, that great punch, you can't get to their body. So that's an issue. You see when we saw him doing a lot of stuff was he would punch and just get to the quarterback, whatever. So he's not great at gap protection on the inside. He's great on the outside. He keeps it contained, but he's not great on the inside with his gap presence. So I will kind of worry about that. He made it to the quarterback a lot on his primary move because it's great. It's a great primary move. You have to have secondary moves. You need to have a counter for these offensive tackles. So like if you come in and I'm going to bull rush you one time, I better be able to come and do a spin move and then swim back inside on the secondary move. He doesn't have a lot of secondary moves right now. So
and
I worry about that.
What can worry me about that is that once you get into the league, if it's one-on-one, he has a great shot at beating somebody, depending on the tackle. But if it's double, like a box where it's like 11 personnel, tight end, bunched up on the line, they're double team in for a power run. I don't know if he can break off of 2 blocks. There's not a lot of edges that can, granted, but the ones that can are some of the
great ones. The great ones.
The ones are able to punch through, and I just think that when I watched him play for Miami, I can definitely agree that I think that some of the things that you brought up that could be concerns. He could end up probably being just a really good rotational piece,
exactly.
For the first year or two until he learns how to develop different moves in the system that he gets drafted to. I don't think
there's a lot of players that never do learn that,
but he's going to have.
We're talking about this guy. I promise you, Ruben Bain Jr. will not be there past pick 15. I don't care what happens. I don't care if 14 other teams. Go office crazy. He will not be there past 15.
No, I mean, I originally valued him as a top 6 pick just because I like his edge work. I like him.
You saw when we did our draft. We had 2 mock drafts. I had him going by pick 7 both times. There's no way. Like no matter how it falls, I just don't see him being there. But when you have someone that's that talented and they're going to be drafted that high, you don't want to have to worry about the secondary move. You look we look at Will Anderson. We look at the guys that have been drafted recently on that first round. They don't have that problem. They always had that secondary move. They always had a counter to their primary move, and that's something that I worry about with him as of right now.
Sure. No, I can definitely understand that. That's why I feel watching him again, have him be a rotational piece for at least 1 to 2 years. I don't see him being a big, 10+ sack guy coming out of the gate. I think it really highly depends on where he goes. There's some good spots he could go to. Heck, he could go as far as even the Jets. I think the Jets have a top 6 pick, I believe.
7 pick, yeah.
7, yeah, somewhere in there. So he could go there, and that would not be a bad spot for him to go. He could really command a lot of snaps. I think it's more of he needs
go to Arizona. I honestly, I could see Arizona picking him.
Yeah, that could also work too.
So, all right. That's our thoughts on Ruben Bain Jr. Great prospect. Got a motor outside. Just you saw him in the national championship. You saw what he did. The U did. You saw he almost brought that team all the way back. He's a great football player. Sometimes you don't worry about all the glitz and glamour. You look at just straight stats, straight film. And this is a guy who you want a football player on your team. This is him. Okay. So he's the first guy we talk about. The second guy we're going to talk about today is Keldrick Falk. All right. It's funny how we go from the U, then we're going to Auburn. This guy is something. So now we talk about measurables. This is a guy that got some measurables. Okay. So let me see if I can share this real quick with you guys. All right. Keldrick Falk. I'm just going to read it off for you guys. So he's 6'6", 276 from Auburn. He's a junior. 4'6", 740. They ranked him 2 overall. Okay. But that's what they say. Let's go ahead and see if we can find his tape. All right.
There we go.
That's it.
Yeah. Love watching tape. So you really get to know a player.
Just goal line and just makes plays. Just makes plays. Okay. And that's good. And that's what you want. You want guys that are going to be able to figure out what's going on. I don't love his stance, but he was able to push through. Good hands. I did like that. Okay. I still don't love his stance. It's not really a power stance, but the benefit is him being 6'6", right? Him being 6'6" allows you to put your hands up and block a lot of passes. He's elite height. He has 4.67 for defensive. That's elite 40, right? 276 is pretty good coming into the league. He doesn't have a 10-inch hand, but he has a pretty decent hand. He has arm length. He's about 34, almost 35. That's not bad. He had a wingspan of 84 inches, which is in the 94th percentile. So that's pretty good too. He had a good vert at 35 inches. He had a good broad jump at 117 centimeters. His bench press was only 17. That's worrisome. And I said his stance is now a very powerful stance. You want your defensive end. I mean, you should be able to hit 225 over 20. So, but as you see, he still makes a lot of plays. He's really athletic. He was a 5-star rivals.com coming out of high school. He dissects a lot of plays easily. All right. And he played in the SEC. So he knows what he's talking about. Right. He's played against great competition. All right.
Yes.
All right. So let's talk about some of his strengths. As you see, he's a dominant type of physical elite guy, which is interesting because he can't bench, right?
Yeah.
But this is something I heard. I'm not telling you that this is definite. I heard that he has a 700-pound squat.
Damn. So then his legs have got to be strong, which means that he should have a powerful stance where he should be able to get off the blocks. I mean, well, yeah.
So his bench might be 415. He just doesn't have that can't maintain that power. So that's something that he's going to learn because he hasn't gone into his grown man strength because he's actually only a junior. He's still very young.
That is true.
He has versatility. He can go inside, he can outside, he can do stand up. You can do 5 technique, you can do a 4 inside technique with him.
Yes.
He's more of a guy with a 3-4. He can be defensive end easily and do monsters and be a monster. He can be a 3 technique and a 4-3 too. So you can do a 3 technique, you can do a 4 out, you can do a 5 technique, you can do all those type of things, and he could play any other stuff. He is probably the best run stopper defensive end in this draft. Okay, he plays gap. His gap protection is phenomenal. Oh well, let's see what I'm talking about. Like it calls him plays, calls him fumbles, and jumping on the ball. Following the ball. Yeah. So his longer arms allows him to be a problem, and this is what you want for against these defense these offensive tackles. You need to have longer arms to be able to get to him. He's very disciplined. He maintains his integrity. You're not going to get on the outside of him. Look at you can't get to the guy. What do? You put your hands up. This is what he does. He does it all the time. It's consistently. He destroys. If he's on the inside 4-eye, when you see guards pulling, bro, they won't do it again. He destroys them. He has just you could double him. You could try to pull on him. You could try to run the veer, and trap him and stuff like that. It doesn't work. He destroys them. If he can see them coming, he gets a really good dip, gets in there and can make the play on the running back. So even though they're trying to kick him out, this guy can play the run better than anyone. So he just has a lot of talent. Okay. Now, the reason why we did these guys back to back, because he's almost like the exact opposite of Ruben Bain Jr. We talk about Ruben Bain Jr. has this amazing first step. Guess what? Well, Falk does not have a good first step.
Yep.
He has a problem reading pass versus run right off the bat. He plays the run and plays the pass, plays the run on the way to the pass. So he always goes run first around, then he plays the pass. So he's not going to be a guy. So if we're talking about, picks on Dynasty and stuff like that, he's not going to have these crazy numbers. He's just not. We saw his stance, right? He stands up a little bit. And that's the problem when you're 6'6" and you want to play a little bit inside. Those guards can kind of get you.
I do agree.
Yeah. His pass rush is okay because we just talked about he's still a little bit stiff, a little bit too high. He pressures a lot late. He's more, as you say, he plays the run first on the way to the pass. Doesn't play the pass on the way to run. You know what I'm saying? And what you kind of saw was, so when someone's trying to reach you, when I talk about, he has great inside integrity and gap control, he does lose contain a little bit. Okay. So when you're looking at him, when you're talking about pass rusher, he's not a great pass rusher. He's a good defensive end. He's not a great pass rusher. So these are all, kind of just things that.
So then would you think of him kind of, if we're going to compare it to an edge who's not the best pass rusher, but he's great at stopping the run, do you think of Derek Brown?
Derek Brown's not a bad one.
Because he's phenomenal at stopping the run, just sacks, not so much.
I don't know if you know Oladipo from he was actually played for Indianapolis. He plays for the Bears. Like towards his I believe he's towards an ACL or I think it was his ACL. But Dio was another guy who plays inside really, really well. He's a phenomenal athlete. He's going to make a team and he's going to make a team better, right? But he's only going to he's going to get pressures, but he's not going to get a lot of sacks. So it's hard drafting that guy top 10.
But some of the important things to understand that when we look at especially stats is sacks are nice, stopping the run is nice. I care a lot about the tackles for loss and the pressures. I feel like there's not enough talk about pressuring the quarterback. Pressure. That is very important. You don't have to always get the sack. Getting enough to hit the quarterback or get enough pressure where he makes a mistake, that can be just as impactful, if not more impactful. And tackling for loss, again, if you can do that on running plays, that is huge, forcing them to have to reconsider what personnel they want to bring out there. Do they want to still run the ball on that side? I think if he masters those two things, sacks will come on their own. But pressures and QB hits, I think, are just as important stats.
I agree. I don't have a problem with that. I just want to see a torn Achilles. Thank you, Lucas.
Yeah.
Thank you. It's torn Achilles, for Dio, which is going to be a problem because having that push is hard. Come off Achilles. I had a torn Achilles, and it took me a year and a half to really come back. That power just wasn't the same.
It's very hard for people on the line, when we think about tight ends, linemen. Yeah, I was just going to highlight that. Yeah, where his eyes are on each play. That's very important. That's awareness.
That's a winning player.
Mm-hmm.
That's what it is. He's a winning player, and you need that. Is it a top 10 player? So because we're going to rank these guys. That's what we do these right. 5. Is it a top? That's something we're going to have to talk about. Is Falk a top 10 player? I don't think so. So, all right. We're going to move on to the next player.
Who you got next?
I think let's go TJ Parker.
Okay. Hey.
Stay in the SEC, go to Clemson, see what's another player who has some interesting, stats.
We had him.
He's nothing about him is like off the board, but he's athletic is all crap.
Right. Yeah. And I think we had him mock draft in the second round, right?
We should
That's where we had him.
Yes. Yep. He's not someone who I think that's going to, once again, we're going just on pass rushers, not linebackers, but like defensive end pass rushers. Let's just watch the tape.
Yeah.
Let's just watch the tape. All right, let's see what we got. All right. Good play, good read. Saw us run, didn't let them come from underneath. Made the play.
Mm-hmm.
Good pass rush, good run to the ball. Yeah. So, he broke down, got to the quarterback, even as things were breaking down. Stay in North Carolina. He really didn't make an unbelievable play there, but he did diagnose what was going on. So he saw the pass rush going on, and he went to the running back. So I thought that was pretty good.
There
good awareness. Go. He's just aware. He's around the ball, able to pick that ball up. Another good thing. Good awareness, He didn't see, but what you also saw in this he wasn't really making a great play. Right there. Mm-hmm. He just is aware and runs to the ball, rallies to the ball. And that's something you can't teach. Or you try to teach, but you can't teach someone who just wants to be there. And that's what I feel like I'm seeing with him a lot. That he's just a guy who just wants to be there, That's it.
I see a lot of times where he's just jumping on in there. Again, very nice to see.
Well, I feel like he was one of the best of using his hands, blocking, tipping balls, getting things out of people's hands. But he played on a good team.
Remind me of what his wingspan is, because he seems like he has long arms.
He has. Actually, I didn't go through that with you guys. My bad. I actually think he had pretty nice wingspan. I believe it's 33 1/8. So it's not as long as everyone else, but it's a lot longer than Ruben Bain Jr. He's about 6'4", 263. His 10-yard was like a 161, which is pretty damn good. His broad jump was 120, so it's even more explosive off of that. His vert was a 34, so that's pretty explosive. 40 was a 4.68.
Not bad for an edge.
But none of these are jumping off the screen type of plays. Very good player, right?
I mean,
good hands,
for me,
good power. but he's also the second guy there.
So that's why when we're watching his tape, if I were to grade certain things that he's good at, I'm looking at C's and B's across the board. I don't think he excels at anything. But being a overall good player is also good for rotation. It's good as a fresh body. He can make certain plays when you need him to. He's not a powerhouse starter, I don't think. No. But
he's a professional football player, I think.
Yeah.
And we talked about this, and this is why we say he's a second rounder.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think he has elite power either.
No.
So let me talk about some of his strengths. They say he weaponizes his hands at the point of attack, violent striking, active counters. So he's exactly the opposite of everyone else. He actually has those counters to leave the offensive tackle kind of like wondering what the hell is going on. So that's kind of what his thing is. He has a lot of ball stripping ability. We saw that a lot with all these in the tape. He was pretty good at all those. He has decent long arms. So once again, he puts his hands up. He's pretty good tackler. He's a sure tackler overall. He's another edge setter. You see him when he puts the tackle in the hole, and he can get on the outside. He sets the edge, right? So that's what goes with his striking, his power, his punch power, right? I think that's a great defensive end. I don't see that it's a great pass rusher. He reads the backfield well. He fills in holes well. You see, that's why he's able to always come in and figure out where the ball is. He makes those decisions. He always uses the outside hand. So he always, once again, he sets the edge, right? So that means, say I'm on the left side, the inside, my left hand is my inside hand, right? He punches really well, and he controls the tackle with his right. So he moves him around like this. So he keeps his outside hand available for him as they try to reach him, So he's always available. So it's very difficult to reach. He just competes overall. He competes, and he doesn't play up high, right? So those are all good things. Those are not all outstanding things, but those are all good things. Okay.
I mean, his ceiling then is going to be pretty high when you think of what he can potentially reach if he just takes the time. Because having more to your resume of these different types of skill sets, again, you're decent at run. You are decent at getting to the quarterback. You use your hands extremely well and can cause pressure and cause big plays to happen. You know all these different techniques. These are all things that will make him good, and all he'll need is just years and reps to really master.
What we're seeing it in a lot of his plays is 13 is making all the pass rush plays.
Right.
He's making a lot of the defensive end plays, but all the pass rush plays are really coming from him. I'm from 13. So that's what you're seeing. It seems like when the ball's on the other side, he doesn't really make a lot of great plays. He didn't make that play. He just kind of follows the ball a lot.
I mean, I don't know if you think that his stats there with 39 tackles, 9.5 tackles for loss, and 5 sacks really says much of anything about him. But, again, I could see him being with time, a player that really develops.
He's a rotational guy.
That is rotational. That could really be good in a system that likes to rotate their guys, 60-40. I wouldn't say 70-30 because he needs more playing time.
He is. I mean, obviously, he's better than anything I've ever done in my life. That's not even a question, right? But I don't. When we're talking about top draft picks, I don't see him as being one of them. I just see he struggles in too many areas. And something else that I saw was that when tackles are coming down blocks, he doesn't do well fighting against the tackle. He doesn't get back on the outside. And he doesn't, if there's a foot race to the edge, he's going to lose. That's why he has to keep it contained with his arm, his outside, right? So he's a steady guy. He's a builder, winning type of player. Now, so that's what, but he's not going to be the guy that's going to be a top 10.
No, definitely not. I'd rather have the other guy that we mentioned to be top 10 versus him for now, But, Lucas brings up a good point. Trying to see how he does with shedding and blocked. It's definitely super important to transition to the NFL. If they struggle with that in college, it's likely it won't go well for the next level, which I 100%.
He's a little sticky. Lucas, he's a little sticky. He does get down blocked As I said, he gets down blocked a lot. He can't play on the inside. He is not. So the other guys we talk about can play a 4-eye, could play a 5, can play a 7. You can do those things. He has to be on the 7-9 edge part, and he's not an unbelievable pass rusher. So
yeah, and then bringing up peanut butter jelly. Peanut butter jelly. Okay, all right.
Peanut butter jelly.
Atlanta needs a guy in the
second draft.
But yeah, so Atlanta needs a guy. It's true. After all, since their star edge, just couldn't just stay out of trouble with the law.
Mm-hmm.
Golly, it's so annoying. Really, really like that player too. But I don't know if they would want him in the second round.
I mean, he's going to be available. I think he's more of a top 40 pick. I think he's going to be available for a team in that second round.
Indeed.
It doesn't want to waste. He might be available 45, honestly. Which is interesting because I think he's a better overall all-around player than Zion Young. But I think Zion Young is a more professional-ready edge rusher than he is.
Yeah.
It's interesting. All right. Next one we're going to talk about is going to have to be, I guess we're going to go to Texas A&M. Because Texas A&M has phenomenal players, right? So
of course.
We'll go to, I guess, Cassius Howell first. See if I can pull him up. Cassius Howell is, another guy who's a little bit undersized, but has incredible numbers. I believe he had 11.5 sacks. Fumble force. He doesn't really make a lot of tackles, but this guy feels like a professional player. So
what I will say is that Howell for me is probably gonna be in my top 5. If we're talking about edges, top 10 overall. Yeah, for the edges. Yeah, I like Howell.
Yeah, so let's watch the tape. And guys, I'm gonna tell you, you're gonna be surprised by a lot of the stuff he does because he just makes great plays. Right.
3, 2, 1. Oh. He's so great that YouTube is shaking in their boots showing us these highlights.
There you go. Yeah. Look how fast that step was. Oh. He didn't. Look at that dip. That dip. Oh, that was special, right?
Imagine if we would have got the arm around just to punch the ball
out. Get that hand up, bro.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
I like that, though. No, I like that. I mean, look at this. Ooh,
so you can tell that his 40 is better than everyone else's, right?
Yep.
You can tell that his 40 is better than everyone else's. He's getting around that corner. He's bending. He's dipping his shoulder. He's able to get around. Oh, this is nice. I like this one.
Yeah, no.
Oh, come on.
I know. Whereas Ruben Bain just knows the one move and he does it so well and he's strong. This guy literally just bends, swerves. He can do it all.
What's going on? Come on, guys.
I know.
We're trying to talk about someone who's a fun player to talk about. What's wrong with you?
I told you. YouTube is trying to triple block him right now. They can't stop him. That was a good tip, by the way.
That was a good tip. I don't know why it's going so slow.
Put some more grease in the fryer. Come on, McDonald's. All right.
That's another play. And you think he gave up on the play? Nope.
No.
He's there to make the play. Cuts, good angle, cuts off, still hits the player. I like that. Oh, you saw did you see that? Oh no, guys, don't do this to me because this was a special play.
Yes, it's a very good motor. I like the athleticism. I like the speed, the quickness.
Look, oh my God. Did you see how fast he got off the damn ball?
He just blew up that play. He's got the speed like he's a damn linebacker.
Look, he's on the outside. He gets back inside and still makes the play.
Mm-hmm. Look how quickly he's off the line there. He's the first one off the line there.
Right now, man. You're killing me. Oh, good bend, good inside move. And then he doesn't give up on the play.
There it is. Coming in. Got him.
This is a professional. This is a pro-ready prospect. I like what I'm seeing here. This is a pro-ready person. So while we're doing this, while this is all playing, maybe I should go over some of the strengths because this guy is it for me. And nothing about him is screamed. When you look at his measurables, nothing about him is great. Okay, so he's 6'2", 253, so he's undersized. He has small hands, arms under 31 inches again. His wingspan is only 73, right? His 40 is a 4.59. Let me just pull it down because it's obviously not one to share.
It's a damn shame.
Because his tape is special, guys.
Mm-hmm.
It really is special.
The only thing that I could say negative that we see from the tape is when someone does that quick little double move because he doesn't set his feet, he just keeps running. That's why they cut to the outside to get away from him on some of those plays. From what I've noticed, whenever the QB does like a double move that's not, obviously crashing.
You're going to see him make all the big plays.
Oh, yeah, no. This guy is awesome. Oh, look at that.
Just set it at the edge, come back and making the play on the running back.
That is very important, having a guy like that. That's a guy that'd be a starter. 100% starter does not need to be a rotational guy.
All right. Obviously, they don't want me to watch him, so we'll just stop sharing it and just kind of go over it so that you guys see what we're looking at. His strengths are a laundry list, right? His first step off a snap is better than everyone else in college football. Okay, he's around the corner before anyone else gets out of their stance. You saw his bend, his ankle flexibility is so well. So, there's a drill that you do when you're the defensive end. There's like you put a hula hoop down, right? And you have a tackle on you. And your job is to stay on the hula hoop. And you want to get that bend all the way down as much as you can, right? This is phenomenal. What he does is second to none. All right. Hal just knows how to play football, knows how to do it. He has a counter to his pass rush. He has that dip, whatever. He has a good spin move. He's very much like a Dwight Freeney type of player. I love his intelligent rushing. I love the way he gets up the field. He has a good vertical, but he also knows how to get inside. Quick trigger. He's just great at backside pursuit. He has a great motor. His hands get up. He doesn't have long arms, but he knows how to play. So all his weaknesses are going to be his size. Right? He's only 253 pounds. He barely has 30-inch arms. So when I say 30-inch arms, that's from shoulder here to wrist. Right? He's 30 and a quarter. That's not long. You guys get your shirts, right? You get your collar shirts on, and you want to get your shirts to the wrist. Most of you guys, if you're over 6 feet tall, are between 34 and 39. Okay? 39 is very long. 34 is probably about average. He's at 30. Okay? Just so everyone understands where I'm coming from with his reach. He's not a great hand fighter, but he doesn't have to be because he has the great bend. He doesn't have, that irky jerky move. Most of the stuff is one speed. I'm faster than you, but it'd be able to start off slow and then come up and sprint. His quickness is not the same as everything else. And something else you kind of see is you gotta watch out with running quarterbacks. He drops his head a little bit. I think we saw that a couple plays that.
Yep.
He doesn't. So if a quarterback is really athletic, he might make a couple of mistakes.
That's the only issue I really see is I want him to, especially if it's like an RPO or if it's a designed QB run, I want him to stop his feet, check where the ball is, and then go after the ball carrier. And I noticed some of those plays, he falls for the baits and the double moves because he just full on runs. But that is great to stay committed to a play. There's no issue with that. I just would like to see it stop, have that higher situation of that IQ. So yeah.
Okay, no, I hear you, and I think when I look at Hal, for me, if I'm going a pass rusher off the board, he's number 2 for me.
I can get behind that. I truly can. I think Hal is still very, very special. And the stats do actually speak for themselves. So
okay. All right. This is how we feel about Cassius Howell. Couldn't watch his tape as much, because I don't know what was going on with YouTube, but
so
I like. Why
don't we try?
With him.
Why don't we try loading up the next guy? and see if the YouTube actually will work. Also, thank you, Evermore. Hello, welcome to the stream, my friend. Thank you. Thank you, Jesse. Thank you for stopping by. I really appreciate you. You can say hi to Justice and whatnot for me. Thank you, guys. I appreciate it. Anyways.
No one is a T-Man's fan, guys. Don't do it to yourselves. Don't look. The public service.
I wouldn't say that to them.
Don't let. I don't care if you love them. I don't care if he's a great guy. He is a great guy. I don't care what he is.
hey. You don't want to piss off the fan club now. Where's your fan club? I rest my case.
Yeah, you don't care how great he is. You can't let you know how big of a head he was going to have now, guys. Come on.
I mean, I already have a big head. Look at me. I got an ego on my head.
Ego head is not even going to fit anymore.
You know what? That's okay. I'll resize it.
Resize it.
Yeah.
All right. I think the last guy I want to talk about. So there's other guys that are on this list. R. Mason Thomas from Oklahoma, Joshua Joseph out of Tennessee, all that stuff. I want to talk about Zion Young.
There we go.
This is what I want. When I'm looking at these guys, Zion Young to me should be someone that you see he has an opportunity to be something great if he puts some meat on those bones. And as of right now, he's kind of skinny. So let's see if I can pull up his tape and we can kind of look through that. As
funny because he's 262 pounds.
Yep, he is. And he's 6'6".
There you go.
I like guys like that. That's the type of things I like. And it's funny to be as a pass rusher, and to he really doesn't have a premier 40 time. I think it was a 4.75. I ran a faster 40 than he did.
Yeah.
But he makes it. It's something about him that is good. So I'm gonna hit play, and then we'll talk about all his measurables.
All right.
I'll start off the bat, making plays.
There you go.
Look, once again, making the play, being there, stay in the front.
Mm-hmm.
You can see it from that angle. I mean,
yeah.
Ooh, that's a solid tackle, right? Good job.
Good tackle.
Once again, on the outside, come back inside, have gap integrity. I like it. I like that a lot. When the tackle's on the end and on the floor, you love seeing that. Look at that. I mean, it's another. He's making plays, play after play after play. Great motor. He calls that the air pass.
Again,
pressure.
It's the QB pressure. Very important. What are we saying? Pick that ball, man. Come on now.
Look at that. All right, now we're down there. Goal line. No, I got you. I got him.
Yeah.
I got one, guys. Oh, you didn't block me? Oh, too bad. You think
that running back was so undersized. That running back was so undersized. There's no way blocking him. Ooh, nice. Again, pressure.
Exactly. And then with a running back who's able to move, that's able to kind of get out the way, and it doesn't matter. He still made the play. Take advantage. Good hand. Get in there. Let's go. He's not good. There's no freebies with him. I think he can be something. If he can, we have to work on his 40. That's the biggest thing. But he's a football player. Another guy who's a football player who's more, I feel like he's almost like an edge rusher more than he is even defensive end. But he has the size to be defensive end, and that means those guys usually have long careers.
They do. I 100% agree with that. I do like what I see from him that we saw with, I think it was the second guy that we looked at. I like seeing that he puts his hands up. Yeah, he puts his hands up a lot. And that's very important. And look at that. He's punched out that ball. He punched it out.
Well, I'm starting to know. Remember what we just saw about Cassius how fast he was off the ball?
Mm-hmm.
Let's keep on watching him. He's not the first off the ball.
Yeah.
He's not the first off the ball, but he has a good motor.
Mm-hmm. And if you saw it there, he can win double teams. He just proved right there. That's what I want to see from a guy. I want to see how can he handle.
Ooh, good job. Good bit. Little lean. I liked it.
Mm-hmm.
That was good. It wasn't fast though.
No, that's what I'm seeing from some of this tape. But then again, we also have to think that it's also the SEC.
Oh, good move. Look at that.
Stronger competition. But no, that was good. Yeah. That's why I like watching guys from like the SEC and the ACC and the Big Ten.
They're playing against these competition all the time. So I'm looking at Zion. I really like him. I think if you don't get those top edge rushers and you can wait, pick 40. I mean, we had him around between 40 and 50. Every mock draft I see is between 40 and 50. You're looking for a defensive end who can turn to something. I think this is what he is. Right? So let's talk about strengths. He's prototype, 6'5", long arms, creates problems for blockers, gets his hands inside. He does all those things right. He stops the run game. He plays the run. He kills blockers. He's violent with his hand. He holds up his ground, gets double team. He plays with a nasty streak. This is what you like, the guy that's just being nasty, right? Active in with technical hands, the hand movement, getting around. He's really good with that. He has a great rip. And he's effective, but he also has a spin off the rip, right? Which allows him to have speed and then counter, right? Yes. So, he can kind of move down your line. So he can play your outside 7, but he can also go your inside 5. So, he can put his hand down the ground. He can stand up. We've seen him play standing up, and making plays. He has great bend around the corners. I mean, he's going against SEC tackles. And those are, he played both Big Ten and SEC tackles. Right. Yeah. So, and you saw him play, much bigger, even faster than any other of these other guys.
Good inside cut.
He diagnoses plays very quickly. He knows how to, do great things for your team while he's on the field. Just all the time, he's doing an unbelievable thing. So, what are his weaknesses? Well, we just saw that on the film, right? He's not very fast.
No.
His first step is atrocious. I believe his 10-yard shuttle was one of the worst 10-yard shuttles of the top 5, top 10 type of guys in the position group. Terrible shuttle. Right? I want to say like 1.7, 1.75, something like that.
Let's see. Yeah. So, his was 1.72. Was it 10? Okay. And then his was 4.75.
4.75, 40. Yep. Another thing, he kind of stands up a little bit. So once again, you got 6'6" guys, right? He stands up a little bit too much. So it's hard. So guys that can get under his pads might drive him. So he's going to relearn on that bend. All right. He has one counter. Rip, spin. So his pass rush moves have to really he has a much bigger repertoire of moves. He is not going to be that outside linebacker that's going to be able to cover guys. That's not what he is. All right. Though he could play outside, in a 3-4, I would much rather him be a 4-3 defensive end. Just saying. He's rough when you're talking about him not go out there and trying to do anything like that. You would think a guy who's 262 and 6'6" will have a better 40. And he has a hard time dealing with guys that are just bigger than him over all the time, strength wise. When you have those 6'7" defensive offensive tackles who are 345 and long arms, they weigh on him. Okay. And I believe, so I know he played for Michigan State, and I don't want to talk bad about when he was done. I believe he had a DWI. And that's what got him kicked off of Michigan State and ended in Missouri. Okay.
So you think he might have some off the field potential issues?
I believe he has a pending court case. So this is what pushes him really into that second rounder. I like seeing when I'm from him, but you have to be a quality person. And
you do.
When the NFL team is really looking at you to depend on you of being a starter, you got to be able to be that type of quality person. And I don't know him. I don't know him from Adam, but I know these teams are going to really kind of look into his past and find out what type of person he really is. And I'm hoping that he's great because I like what I see when I'm watching him play. I still do.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So we talked about 5 guys.
Yes, we did.
I want to kind of pick your brain. Is there anyone who jumped off the page for you? And then we're gonna rank them together. I'm gonna get my pen, my piece of paper. Let's rank.
I was kind of surprised. So you think obviously how I think looked really good. I was really just impressed with that speed. I think that Zion, I mean, I know we're about to rank these guys, but I really feel like from the 5 we watched, there's really only 3 of them that really kind of like look like that they could be truly NFL ready, and the other ones needed time. Yeah. So none of them really stand out, because they all have something they can work on. But Howell's probably the closest one because I do like the speed. I do like seeing quickness, and I do like seeing first steps.
So you're thinking Cassius Howell is number 1?
I'm thinking I'm put him number 2. I still think Bane, from what we saw on the tape, again, first step is awesome. The strength is crazy. Mm-hmm. He has a lot of great things about him. I think that him and Howell are the 2 best in this class, just in general for defensive ends.
Where do you think, so you're talking about Cassius Howell, where do you think he gets drafted?
Well, there are several teams that would need him. I could see someone like, again, I know Mark's not here, so he probably would be happy, but I could see the Commanders going for an edge because I think they would love to have more edges. I think the Jets won't get him because I think they would be more focused on getting Ruben Bain if possible. Mm-hmm. If he went to the Falcons, that wouldn't be a bad spot.
Where did the Falcons pick?
That's a good question. Let me see.
Because I look at Cassius Howell, and I feel like you have him at 2. I have him at 3. I think he is a middle of the first rounder.
Yeah, so it looks like does Atlanta not have a first rounder?
I don't think they do, actually. Yeah.
Actually, no. Then they don't. Then you know what? He could go somewhere like potentially. I mean, if they really need it, but I would say 10. He could go to the Bengals. Even though I feel like the Bengals will probably focus on other things. Commanders would be interesting. Could that be number 7? But that might be a little bit too early. Would you be opposed of him going to the Ravens at 14?
No, I think that's a good place.
Yeah,
I can tell you that. I think that's a good place.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So give me your top 5. Where were you ranking?
All right. So obviously Bane, Howell. I do like Zion a lot. Again, I like those guys who can get in there. I actually have, I think I would have Falk number 4. Remember
Falk
right?
4. So
yeah,
you have Zion for 3?
Yes.
Okay.
Just looking at that tape, I think that he has something special. Mm-hmm. I think Falk would be 4. And then who was the last guy that we had?
Someone that you really talk about, David Bailey.
My bad. David Bailey. Yes, sorry. My mistake. David Bailey would be 4, and then number 5 would be Falk. My mistake.
Okay.
Yes, because he looked really phenomenal too.
I'm going to go. All right. I'm going David Bailey number 1.
Interesting.
I think David Bailey is I talked about him being too small. Right? He's too small. I have David Bailey number 1. I'm going to go Ruben Bain Jr. number 2, Cassius Howell number 3, Falcon number 4, and Zion Young number 5.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah, but once again, and I think Zion is a middle of the second rounder, or even top second rounder, but mid second rounder. everyone else above him is going to go before them. I think Keltry Falk is a late first rounder. I think Cassius Howell is a middle first rounder. I think Ruben Bain and David Bailey are both premium top 10
Actually,
players.
I don't think we talked about. I think we talked about Parker.
Oh, we talked about Parker? Okay, because I do have Parker here too. I do have Parker on here too. But I have my list, my defensive ends. I know I have David Bailey number 1 overall.
There you go. Okay.
TJ Parker off of Clemson, I probably put him behind Zion Young.
Yeah, that's a fair
TJ Parker. And that's why because I see him, TJ Parker, I see him behind even Zion.
Yeah.
So yeah. Okay. So basically I have your list, except I have Falk in front of Zion. I have your list, but I'll put David Bailey number 1.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, no, that's fine. I'll stay with Ruben. I do think that we'll have to see what happens, because the fun thing about these things is that when we get to look at prospects, and I love looking at these prospects, but it always comes down to where are they going. Landing spot always seems to dictate their career trajectory. You know?
Okay, well, you know what? We have a couple more minutes. Let me, since I didn't get to show that, because I see what's going on now. I didn't get to show my David Bailey. I want you to watch this video real quick. Let's watch this film. Tell me what you think about his film, because I was looking at this. I've been looking at the film all day, and he's the one I'm like, gotta know about. Because I think
I'd love to watch some more film.
He's the only one I think that kind of rivals Ruben Bain. Only one. Okay, so let's see if I can bring up that bit of stuff up for you. Sure.
Let's get her done.
All right. Let's see.
Texas Tech.
All right, you're gonna see him make a lot of plays. Okay. Look, can you tell which one it was? The one who came off the edge like crazy, like a freaking bullet, right? That's the one we're talking about right now.
So then, that's a ooh.
Did you see the
that
power?
Poor QB, yeah. but not just the power,
and then the speed to get there. And
but look at that first step. That quick stutter, or that quick step. Pitch.
Ooh,
he's like
he knocked that head down quickly
every time.
Ooh,
yeah, that's fun to watch. Yeah, no, that's probably again top 3 for me now. Now that I'm actually watching proper tape on the guy.
Dude, he makes the play so fast. He is really
that was good. He just beat that man.
That's a 3-4 linebacker on the edge, going to make plays. That's what that is right there. Look at that. He's the one that's a big left tackle. Nope. Just
yeah.
Split. Oh, good Lord. He split that so fast.
Yeah, he split that gap perfectly. I didn't even get a chance to try to block him.
I mean, that right tackle knew. He knew he had no chance.
Ooh.
Got more of a quarterback. Can you get away? No, you cannot. You're not going to get away from him.
He really just beats them with power, it looks like, when it's 1v1. I mean, look at that. I don't like I like seeing that from an edge. I would like to see more moves, but
again, like that.
There we go. Finally. Right as I said that, I was like, okay, I see him being with power, a bit of a bend. Now, where's like something that I want to see that's like different than boom, that spin. Yeah, no, that was good. That's what I want to see. Finally, saw something that I liked. Let's see.
All right, guys, tackle the tight end to your side. Hits the tight end. Keeps contained. Knocks the ball out. Whoa, yeah, that's a play. All right, motion to your side
already.
Oh yeah, that man was nasty. You're a problem. That's a problem, guys. So let me just tell you about his measurables. Why you guys finish watching the film? He's 6'4", 251, right? His hands are 10 and a quarter. He has the biggest hands. He has a 33 and 3/4 arm. He has a 4.5 40, 4.50 40. All right. It's a 1.6 10-yard sprint. He has a broad jump of 129, which is 97 percentile. He has a 35-inch vertical, and he's a 79-inch wingspan, which is in the 90th percentile.
Yes, that's awesome.
Okay, so that's his measurables. Now, when I look at the complete package, he's pretty much what I look for. He has unbelievable, freakish first step, right?
Yes.
He is at his tape. He benches 405. He squats 550. He's a 22.16 miles per hour speed at 250.
Yeah.
Okay. He builds the speed like a car. He's shifting gears. He's shifty with his stuff. You can't just give him for momentum. He's not just going one step. He has good hip flexibility. He flashes legitimate counters in his arsenal. Ball disruption skills. You saw him do that. He has coverage. He could be that outside linebacker unit at 3-4. He has an unbelievable motor. He's made tackles 20 yards down the field routinely. Okay.
Yeah.
Now he has some weaknesses, guys. I'm not trying to sit here and paint, rainbows of sunshine or everything. He doesn't have a big frame. He's never going to be over like 250, 255. He's not going to be Julius Peppers. I think if a big tackle gets his hands on him,
appreciate you, love it. Yeah,
he could be moved. He has a hard time converting that speed. He's either the speed or power. He doesn't do speed and power. He doesn't convert speed to power. They love him. They love you.
Nice. I know. I'm like trying to listen to the report, and I'm looking in the comments. Oh, gee, thanks, guys. But
we talked about Ruben Bain, right? We talked about how he's able to, read the play really, really well.
Yes.
He's not as good as Ruben Bain. David Bailey doesn't read as well because he pursues, right? He goes after the quarterback. He's going to make the play. He makes the play. But when you're making a play and you're pursuing, without any care about anything else, sometimes you get in trouble.
This is true. It can very well happen. But again,
that's what great players do, though. Great players make decisions to go and do those things.
And I give several A's there. The quick, athleticism, the overall size. I mean, I like his versatility. I mean, you can't go wrong with a guy like that. Truly, But no, I like him.
I agree 100%. I think that's why I have him on top of my list. But I love Ruben Bain Jr. I really do. If I'm running a 3-4, I'm going David Bailey. If I'm running a 4-3, I might lean Ruben Bailey. The difference is David Bailey is just a bigger guy. And that's the hard part about Ruben Bain, because does that mean you end up being a pass rush specialist? Is that the worst thing ever? I don't think so.
No.
So, those are just fun things.
Imagine Bain going to like the Browns. That would be crazy. Imagine him and Myles Garrett. That would be a great 4-3, Because which side are you going to try to run to? Myles Garrett or Bain?
The Bains.
Yeah, well, obviously, I know. But, if Bain really gets the work in, oh, my God. Especially with that defense.
No, but the Browns could then turn around some of this stuff and be a dominant defense team. And that'll be interesting to see, too.
They really could.
All right. So Alec had something he wanted me to bring up today. I thought this is really funny. So we'll end the show
super funny
while watching this. It's a little short.
So
I think it's gonna be fun. Let's just check this out.
Yeah.
Hold on, y'all actually got the house. Yup, already. Oh my God. Also got you a job at the Cadillac down the street. You're already gonna be a manager. Man. What? A manager? Coach, thank you so much. Oh, no. I should be the one thanking you. Okay, do you know how hard it is to come across a 6'5" corner like your son, Drayson? Say that. Yeah, that boy is talented. Donovan had talent. Latavius had talent. Patrick Surtain has talent. This kid is something else. You ran a 4.29, right? Nah, 4.28. My boy 4.28. What the fuck? 4.28, good. It's amazing. Yeah, come on. It's fucking incredible. Hey, it's God-given. For sure. God-given. Is there anything else you need? No, house and a job. I'm good. Are you sure? Yeah, I'm sure. We're good to go. Okay, because I got some gobblers that will come through with that 3,000 tonight. Okay, now we'll take that. So yeah, send them girls through for sure. Okay, I'll set that up. But as for you, Drayson.
So what, man? Talk to me.
Welcome to Cumberville, Texas.
Hey, proud to be a part of Cumberville. It's a pleasure.
No, the pleasure's all mine.
Yeah, we in this hole.
I don't think you guys understand. Okay, every single college coach in America is about to be salivating over your son.
Salivate.
Pause, but that's good. No pause. Okay?
No pause.
Practice starts in an hour. Let's show you around the facilities.
Say that. But hey, coach, what about that bread?
The 150K?
Oh, yeah. So you know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying?
Hold on. I was gonna take this to the strip club later, but here's 20 to get me started.
This will get us started for sure. Hey, appreciate that.
It's no problem. New corner.
Oh God!
Wow.
So great.
Wow. Don't let me have a son who a 6'5" corner.
Yeah, 4.28 freshman, high schooler.
He's like, hey, what's in my pocket? Whatever I got in my pocket is yours now.
Yeah, I say less. I mean, he's not wrong. Every college coach, like, we want your son 6'5", 4.28. That's unheard.
Corner is stupid. Yeah, you can literally play any position, whatever you want to play. What do you feel like playing today, sir?
Exactly. True. You want to be wide receiver, sir? Perfect. You want to be tight end, sir?
Defensive end, done. Whatever you want to be.
You want to be a linebacker? I got you.
Done. Safety?
Oh,
yeah,
Lord.
You can kill somebody, but sure. Why not?
Oh, for sure. He'll be a returner too at 4.28. That's
man.
Crazy speed.
Not the glasses falling from a giggling.
I know. Yeah, it's true. I just like watching that guy's videos. He's great skit maker. Love it.
I love it. All right, guys, it's getting late, so we're gonna get out of here. But I wanted to just jump in and be able to drop our edge rushers. I wanted before the draft be able to get our defensive tackles, linebackers, and corners. Why are we doing all this? Because we believe that defense wins championships. Y'all know about offense, but we're gonna figure out defense. How does man have another pair of glasses? This is crazy, guys. We gotta get out of here. I can't deal with this. I'll say it bye to all your people, and let's get out of here.
I love you all. You're all my biggest fans. I love you. I love you all to death. Lots of love. Go Birds.
Go Bears. We out this piece.
Getting hype when I aim up, elevating that game up, stepping up to the competition. Only first place, yeah, that's how I'm living. I'm winning till they digging up my grave, eating all the things up on my plate. Game face when I step up in the place. I was born and when I watched me elevate. When I watch me elevate.